Imagine getting paid just for sharing your thoughts on products and services you use every day. With Survey Junkie, it's that simple. Click on the link in the video description to discover how you can start earning today by taking surveys.
Donald Trump is no stranger to a quid pro quo. He was impeached for one, after all. But while campaigning for a second term in the White House, he has gone further than perhaps any other candidate in recent history to shape his policies in return for cash. Trump is not making these bargains behind closed doors or in smoky back rooms, but at fundraisers and events attended by dozens of influential and extremely wealthy people. On several occasions he has made explicit offers to reward donors by enacting or dismantling policy on their behalf should he win in November, often reversing his own previously held positions. Democrat Jamie Raskin, ranking member of the House Committee on Oversight and Accountability, accused Trump of treating the presidency as a for-profit business enterprise and money-making venture. He told U.S. News that Trump was brazenly offering to sell out U.S. policy to any corporate and billionaire campaign donors ready to make a deal, including telling Big Oil he will sign their executive orders in exchange for a cool $1 billion. Donald Trump will literally sell out the future of humanity for another $1 billion, he added. The Campaign Legal Center, a nonprofit watchdog that focuses on campaign finance laws, called Trump's actions brazen, quid pro quo corruption. It is deeply concerning and problematic to see a presidential candidate solicit millions of dollars from wealthy donors in exchange for promised policies or actions that cater to the donors' wishes, said Sourav Ghosh, the group's director of federal campaign finance reform. Ghosh told U.S. News that years of deregulatory court decisions have fostered a culture of big money in U.S. elections that allow Trump to act with impunity, pushing legal boundaries or even breaking them outright. Trump's bargaining began almost the moment he left office, and has continued to this day. Here are the policies he is selling to donors. At a lavish dinner held at Mar-a-Lago in April, the former president gathered with around 24 executives from the biggest oil companies in the country. His campaign was facing a sizable cash shortfall against his opponent, President Joe Biden, and he was desperate to make up the difference. As the executives complained about how the Biden administration's environmental regulations were hurting their business, Trump made a starkly transactional pitch: raise $1 billion to send me back to the White House. If he won, he said he would immediately reverse dozens of Biden's environmental rules and policies. The $1 billion would be a deal for the companies, he added, because of the money they would save from deregulation. The account of the meeting, first reported by the Washington Post, came from several people who attended. Among them were 20 executives from ExxonMobil, EQT Corporation, and the American Petroleum Institute, which lobbies for the oil industry. It was reportedly organized by oil billionaire Harold Hamm. Specifically, Trump vowed to undo a Biden administration freeze on permits for new liquefied natural gas, LNG, exports on the first day of entering office, one attendee told the Post. The meeting prompted a furious response from Democrats in the House and Senate. Representative Raskin wrote to the CEOs of 9 of the oil companies that attended the meeting to demand answers about the meeting, calling it an unvarnished quid pro quo. He said that reports that oil companies are currently working on potential executive orders for Trump suggest that certain oil and gas companies, which have a track record of using deceitful tactics to undermine effective climate policy, may have already accepted or facilitated Mr. Trump's explicit corrupt bargain, Raskin added. Trump once called Bitcoin a scam and argued that it threatened the supremacy of the U.S. dollar. A few years later, in desperate need of campaign cash, he is pitching himself to Silicon Valley as the crypto president. Trump used the term to describe himself at a fundraiser hosted by tech investors David Sacks and Chamath Palihapitiya at Sacks' home in San Francisco earlier this month. Both Sacks and Palihapitiya have spoken publicly about their investments in crypto, and the event was attended by a number of other notable crypto investors, including executives from Coinbase and twins Tyler and Cameron Winklevoss, who own the crypto company Gemini. Trump has not.